Kendall and Nicole is going to be fine because he is the host. They're not going to get rid of the host. So if I'm not talking about, he's in my third spot. But to me, the people that I want to win.
Until you do right by me, I'm never rooting for Serena to do anything.
Until you do right by me.
Hey, my love. Thank you so much for joining us again. I'm your girl, Intisar Eleanor. This is my beautiful husband, Joseph, and we are back and we are speaking about all things Love Island USA. So I am so glad that you guys are here. If you're new here, welcome on in. If you've been hanging with us, hey boo, hey, make sure you guys are like commenting and engaging us as we go. We love to write back and forth to you guys. We got some friends from over the pond who's actually watching the UK version that made sure to comment. So we want to know who's in here, who all up in here when we speaking. So how was your day, honey?
Crazy. But I do want to watch the UK, John.
I do too. The UK one last year was good, but I think the USA one this year is better. Yeah. That's what people are saying, at least.
So this is my first exposure to Love Island. So now I want to see what the UK is like. And I also just told Zar I want to watch the Traitors season that Aaron was on. Yeah. Because I have to.
But I think he was a faithful, but he did win. So we'll see. So I have just been living a life as a housewife. Today was really tough. I've been not really tough. I didn't do anything today.
It was a struggle. It was a struggle, you mean?
It was a struggle, though, y'all. Like, I really was having a hard time getting out of bed. But Joe was just like, it's okay. Like, take your time. But now we're here. And we're talking about Love Island. So, but we've been getting really good news the last couple days. Like, it's been like day after day after day, which I think is kind of cool. But I attribute it to my cerulean bracelet.
Oh, okay.
Don't be funny.
I did. All I said was okay.
I think I'm attracting abundance for us.
I hope so. I do.
Oh my God, you get on her. So yeah, let's dig on in. Where we left off, we were airing out Serena and Cordell.
And we were right and you were wrong.
We were right. And you were wrong.
I want to start from a place up. Shout out to where there was an overwhelming response of like-minded individuals that said, I thought I was crazy, right? Yeah, they saw our, because there was like so much pushback on Cordell from where we left off.
Yes.
In the last video, and we were, I personally was just flabbergasted by it because I'm like, are we watching the same show? So shout out to the people who were just like, yeah, like this is crazy. Like the whole. We watched Serena drag this man, manipulate this man, play this man for weeks, right? So shout out to those people. But then right after we do that video, the last video, the first episode that we watch is Serena basically confirming everything we said in the video.
And this is not to break like the fourth wall and everything like that. So everybody does know that this season is coming to an end very, very soon, like within the next week. I think they know that it's coming to an end within the next week or so.
They absolutely know.
Because she's done a 180.
And she's going hard. She's doubling down on doing the, like, being this whole two-faced person. This, well, you know, in the beginning she wasn't feeling them and she was constantly trying to get in with somebody else to, oh no, it's Cordell, it's you, it's always been you.
Yeah.
This whole facade of now she's in love with Cordell. And I think, to your point, it's because it's not just her. I'm starting to notice, too.
It's Janae and Kenny.
Yep.
It's Aaron and Kaylor.
Yep. Like zeroing in. Kaylor completely went through a year's worth of emotions in one episode and landed in a place of, oh, I'm still going to be with him. After all the crying and all that, because they want to be here in the end.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm so glad that you told me, you made it clear for me about this show, about how there's a money. This is very different from just watching Married at First Sight and people just either stay together or they don't.
It's really more like Big Brother.
There's money involved. There's big money involved. Most of these people are homosexuals or lying about the occupation that they don't have. Everybody is super vague, like about, you know what I mean?
It is super
vague. Most of these people most likely don't even have jobs. They're here. I mean, strictly based off the fact that they're here for so long. Right. You know what I mean? A lot of them, if they did have jobs, most likely they're not going back to jobs. Right. You know what I mean? So this is really like they fighting for their checks.
Almost 3 months, guys. We're talking about at least almost two.
Yeah. Yeah. So they fighting for their checks, and it's becoming clear to me. Even the tears when Daniela gets cut, I think the tears are more so about fumbling a bag.
It's not,
because y'all don't even know these people.
It's not. It's quite literally not up for debate. So I want to go back to Serena and Cordell, because I think you made a very good point where you said she kind of confirmed what we were thinking. Like, she could have reassured him a little bit more. There were things that she could have done to make him feel a little bit better about his experience there, so that they wouldn't have had the experience that they did after Casa. Mm-hmm. And I don't know, guys. I want to know what you guys think. Do you think her 180... I think there is a monicum of her 180 that is all about the money. Because after they found out that they were a fan favorite, they were in the top however many...
She was locked in.
I think it was... I said that last time, but the more I watch, I almost don't even know who this Serena is. And not to say that she can't be a onion, Rob, and really give you a different layer. Not to say that, but I'm just saying, y'all don't feel like we just meeting her? I feel like we're just meeting her.
I feel like she is a good actor, similar to Janae. I don't feel like she is, and I don't feel like this is a part of her maturation process, and she just was always trying to arrive to this place where she was so enthralled by Cordell. I think it's BS.
Yeah, I don't think it would, but like, everybody's talking about like the slow burn thing, and one of our UK friends were saying like that's a part of it. Like, they think that we're speaking about this as if it's so... I think they said like it's too realistic, which I don't necessarily... How are we supposed to look at this, y'all? We don't live in a fantasy world. This is not scripted. I mean, this is 20% scripted television. You know what I mean? Like, we should have real life feelings about it, because it is reality television. Right, y'all?
We can only react to what we see on the screen, right? And the knowledge that we have from the show and how the show is set up and how the show runs, and speaking in reference to the prize at the end and all of these things, right? So intelligence allows you to put two and two together and say, oh, somebody who was not at all interested in somebody who was interested in them for weeks, all of a sudden does a 180, and it's all about quote unquote all about this person. We can deduce that has something to do with playing the game and how genuine or disingenuine it is.
Yeah.
Period. Watch the show.
I do think it's something. I think it's something to that. But I do like to see them together. I don't care.
Who?
Serena and Cordell. I love them together. I don't know what it is. I just love young brown people loving on each other and taking care of one another.
I like the idea of them. After the antics that Serena had in the beginning, I was done. And I'm still done, right?
She was a 20-something-year-old girl.
It doesn't matter. She's intelligent. There's nothing dumb about the girl.
That's true.
So all of these moves were calculated. There was a load of manipulation at play here. Yeah. And I don't enjoy seeing anybody, whether boy, girl, black, white, man, woman, doesn't matter. I don't enjoy seeing anybody played to the side and manipulated for weeks, right? Yeah. And so I don't root for that person to win. You know what I mean? I want Cordell to get everything because I think Cordell is a great individual. I think he's a good dude. I think he's a nice dude. I think he gets the short end of the stick, no pun intended, in relationships, probably because due to the things that we talked about in the last video, his height and all this other, just all this other stuff. So I want the best for him as far as this show, and if he goes far and wins, kudos to him. I don't enjoy seeing him get slapped and constantly turn the other cheek, and be manipulated by someone who I know is not at all really into this person at all. I don't enjoy watching that. So I have no feels with them. I don't enjoy watching. It's the same thing we talked about in the other video where, you know what I mean? If the shoe was reversed, say that was your girlfriend, you would be like, F this.
Oh, 1,000%. And I stand by that.
I mean, you just would be. You know what I mean? And so I'm, you know me, Mr. Keep the same energy. Like, I'm on the same joint. It was F her for weeks ago. And I just stand on that. But I'm watching the show like y'all, and
I'm enjoying it, though. I'm enjoying watching her do his hair, and I'm enjoying them be affectionate with one another. And it really is, I think people can take as long as they want to, you know, get comfortable with whom they want to get comfortable. I don't think that's what we're saying. I think that there is a conversation to be had about how she is a slow burn, because people say slow burn and mean something else. Does that make sense? People say slow burn and mean I'm still looking for another motherfucker. I'm not really a slow burn, because a slow burn means I'm scared and nervous about people being in my space.
That's what a slow burn means to me. A slow burn. That's why I don't think she is quote unquote a slow burn. A slow burn to me is the opposite of I fall hard and I fall in love quickly.
Right.
It's just the opposite of that. I fall in love. I just don't fall hard quickly or whatever. Right. So that's a slow burn. And to me, that's just a genuine personality trait. Yeah. It's not a thing that you intend to do. It's just something that is innate. Right. This is not Serena. If you're watching the show, that's not real. It's not real, because she was a quick burn with anybody else that she thought was aesthetically pleasing, who she thought she could possibly couple up with, until they played her to the left. She was, down to the last bombshell.
Talking about the bombshell, they let this man come in here. What's his name? Harrison. I'm so glad they let him come in and kicked his behind to the curb. It's not even funny, y'all.
But also, I just don't feel like these most recent bombshells, Harrison and then the girl from last season that they brought back.
I just don't think they were good.
I don't think it was necessary. It was anticlimactic. You know what I mean?
It was.
I don't think we needed them.
I think so too.
I think if you was going to bring a bombshell in or bring some new energy in, bring 4 Jones in, bring 4 dudes in, bring 5, bring a whole set of new people in. You know what I mean? But the whole we get the B-roll of them slowly walking across the set and into the couch area, into the fire. We don't care. I personally do not care. I don't know who these people are. It's like everybody else is already coupled up, so it feels like forced drama.
Yeah.
No one is, you know what I mean? So I just feel like it's unnecessary.
I'm going to say this as well. Ariana being the host of this show is really fascinating to me, because everybody is like, oh my goodness, Love Island USA is so big right now, and they're attributing it to Ariana, and I'm just like,
they can't be.
There's no way y'all could think that Ariana is the reason why this show is so good.
First of all, with all due respect to the real host Kendall, Ariana, I've seen a handful of times the entire in almost 30 episodes now, and then even in one of the most recent episodes, they brought in this new chick who says more words than we can't even understand what she's saying in her Irish accent. They brought her in. She did more talking in one episode than I've heard Ariana speak in the entire season. Right. So I don't know how, whatever she's getting paid, she's overpaid. Because I don't see her as a host. I just see her as a model that they bring in every now and then and make her walk extremely slow, too slow, and to kind of help facilitate some of these. I don't get it.
I want to talk about Kendall instigating everything. So Kendall is obviously the host of this show.
The real host.
It's not up for debate. There are producer, I don't want to call them producer plants, because I think but producer favorites. People who other people are just like, they're going to make good TV. I think that's Janae. I think that's Rob. They just keep sending in women for Rob. He's not even fun to watch. He is not even fun to watch.
Rob. Hashtag free Rob. Let this man go home.
No, Rob need to free us. He won't leave. He's the one who had the opportunity to leave and stayed.
They need to free. Y'all sent home Rob's girl Rob has been disengaged ever since. She is emotionally unavailable. Rob been emotionally unavailable since the girl left. You know what I'm saying? So that's a thing too. And you're right. They just keep bringing people in, and then and it's just like, I am kind of bored with it.
I'm bored.
I'm kind of bored with it.
And I'm bored with him. He's not giving anything. It's like, I don't know. And he's literally not giving anything. He's not an opinion, not advice, not anything. And it's just like,
he's just there.
How are we still watching this and not kind of understanding that, like, okay, Rob, we see that you're trying to milk the cow here.
Yeah, he's just trying to make it to the end. I mean,
he's really trying to make it to the end.
That's it. That's the only reason why he's still there.
Also, so often on Love Island, random people win. People you would not even think. You could watch social media and think you know who the fan favorite couple is.
Oh, yeah.
And then they will, the winner will be somebody completely different.
Oh, I get that from the fan votes.
Yeah.
Like Miguel and Leah? Why would anybody vote for them?
The problem is that
they wouldn't vote for them.
And I don't think they're voting for Miguel and Leah as a couple. I think people either like Miguel or like Leah. And
that's piss poor voting practices.
It is such piss poor voting practices.
Why would you vote for them to do anything?
I don't know.
You know what I mean?
So I want to back up a bit and I want to talk about Kendall. How did you feel where post Casa Amor, Kendall was hyping everything and with all the boys and all the girls were feeling a type of way?
I thought it was bullshit. I think going back to Mr. Keep the Same Energy.
Oh, God.
Kendall didn't do anything that they didn't do on the girl side, right? The girl, goes on a date, makes out with the guy, Sierra, because she's also just taking up air. So
she really is.
So Sierra goes on a date. She's already coupled up. She goes on a date, makes out with the guy, comes back, tells the girls that she makes out with the guys. The girls is doing what? Everything Kendall did. Yeah. Oh, this is good for you. Go, girl. Cheer, cheer, cheer. Kendall didn't do anything different. And especially when he was talking to someone who he considers a friend in Cordell, watching him get dogged out for weeks and then telling him, you deserve this. This is the same thing we were saying. So to me, it was bullshit. It was this whole, I have to be a victim thing. And so also, everybody is catching strays because I just need somebody to be mad at.
Yeah.
So Kendall is not my man, but because he was there and he's on camera and he's hosting, doing the same thing that he does for he gives everybody a pep talk because he's Kendall. Right, so he goes up to everybody. You deserve
he's hyping
this.
Everybody.
Go for it. He's hyping everybody and all their moves.
And he's a producer and host.
And he's a producer
and barber.
And he's a producer and host. And he's a barber.
Yeah, he's got a lot going on.
The animosity that he was getting was so misplaced and it was so corny to me because it was so hypocritical. It's nothing that we haven't seen Janae do. It's nothing that we haven't seen Liv do. It was just such BS. But I just think that there's a lot of that. There's just a lot of that. Hypocrisy going on depending on who's upset.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that I can understand how people could be upset with Kendall. You know what I mean? Because he does kind of play two sides. But then again, because I'm a friend like that. But if you hate him, I hate him. If you love him, I love him. Like, okay. You know what I mean?
Kendall doesn't play two sides. He has no loyalty to somebody else's woman. Kendall is only paired up with one woman. He doesn't owe Janae or Serena or Kaylor anything. I hear what
you're saying, and I think in words you're making sense, right? But in practice, I'll give you an example. We're friends. You have a friend that I think has said some things that was kind of like out of line. Like, you didn't have to do that. We all were friends. Like, you didn't have to do that. But now I know behind my back, you going and saying something. I am going to have an issue with that person. And I have had an issue with people like that.
The problem with this analogy is being friends and being friendly are two different things.
But he would say that him and Serena are close. Kendall.
Being friends and being friendly are two different things. We just talk about these people crying and rolling on the floor and having all these antics over people who they're partnered with that they don't even really know. Right?
I don't think you're wrong. I'm just saying.
So the truth of the matter is, Kendall does not owe anybody anything. And if we're going to be upset with Kendall for giving one of his guys a pep talk or encouraging one of his guys to get out there and be open. Why are we not accept with Janae, who said the same thing to every woman in the villa, who interjects herself in everybody's relationship? Why are we not saying the same thing to Serena, who interjects herself in everybody's relationship? Or Liz, who interjected herself in everybody's relationship? Or Leah, who it's just so hypocritical to me. And the conversation is such BS. It's such BS because the difference is Kendall is really one of one and all the girls do it. No, but none of the other boys even have a personality to do it. Right. So that's just the truth of the matter is. It's just weird. The conversation is just very weird and hypocritical. I don't get it.
I don't know. Unpopular opinion. I don't like Nicole. Like, I like her, but I don't like her for Love Island. I don't know if y'all can understand where I'm coming from with this, but
Kendall's Nicole?
Yeah. The more I think about this, because I've been telling Joe, I like her in practice or in thought. I like her in thought. In practice, I do not. So, like, I think that if I were to meet Nicole, I would like Nicole a lot. But I think that on a show like this, she annoys me. And I don't know what that is. But where I think she won me over is when they had like the Love Island games. And basically so they could promote the Olympics. And her and Kendall were like killing it on the kayak. I was really, really, really proud of that moment. But they probably, outside of Aaron and Kaylor, are like my least favorite couple.
Nicole, very similar to Rob to me, doesn't really give much for me to not like or not like. I don't think she gives.
I think that's the problem.
I often forget that she's there.
I always forget.
So that's why I'm like, I don't really have a feeling about her.
But that's the problem, right? Because if you're in a space where people have a camera on you, there shouldn't be anybody in an ensemble cast that someone forgets about. And that could be that, and this is not an indictment on her personality. I want to say that. Like, you know what I mean? I can separate the two. I literally think in this particular arena, she's just not good TV. And it's just like, you know what I mean?
Okay,
like,
I see where you would.
I just don't think she's good TV.
Because I agree, she's not.
Because every time I see her come on the screen, I'm like, what is she even doing here?
Yeah.
And also, why am I annoyed? She didn't do anything.
She doesn't do anything.
Like,
that's the reason why I'm not annoyed with her, because she doesn't really do anything. Like,
but maybe that's what's annoying to me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I don't know. Like, I want her to, I don't know. And Kendall is just like, I love Kendall. And typically, I love TV hosts. I loved Alex Trebek. But it's just like, Kendall is wearing me out with the energy, y'all. I'm not even going to fake, phony, whatever.
I disagree. I need it. I need the energy Kendall brings.
We know. Because Joe.
I think that here's the reason why Kendall not only doesn't bother me, but I appreciate his presence. Because even I'm the type of person where your personality, your profession, your taste, so many things about you may be almost diametrically opposed to me. The things that I like and the things that I would do and the things that I would wear and the music I would listen to. But I appreciate authenticity. And Kendall gives me that he is himself in this way all the time, wherever he is. I can tell
somebody take the battery out.
I can tell that other people like Kendall too. So I see the energy that they have, both girls and guys, around Kendall.
But all the people be saying that Kendall gives them the ick. So many people. I've seen so many.
I'm talking about the girls on the show.
Say that.
Which that doesn't surprise me. I'm talking about the girls in the show. I think he's one of those people that to know him is to like him.
Oh, I believe that.
And if you don't know him, he could possibly just annoy you.
And I want to say this. I think in practice, he's fantastic TV. I think he keeps things
TV.
going.
And I think that's why I like him too.
I don't know. Something about Kendall is just, I like Kendall. And I also think if I were to meet him, I would like him.
I do too.
But I think inversely, he's very good at TV. And I also think, and this is an unpopular opinion, I don't care what nobody says, high key, Nicole was annoyed Harrison did not pick her. I don't care what y'all say.
I think she was too. I think,
which is weird to me for some reason.
let me tell you why it's not weird to me, because she's also playing the game, even though she's a fly on the wall. She knew very early on where her bread was buttered, and she just played the situation smarter than Serena did. I don't think she's that all into Kendall. I think she knows that Kendall was her match. She didn't really have that many other options, and that the America would think that Kendall was her match. So she had a little. There was a minute there where she went out on a couple dates and she stepped down, and Kendall was worried, but he should have never been worried, because she was always coming back, because she knows that the best chance for her to win is with Kendall, and I think that's all it is.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense, because first of all, Harrison is handsome. I want to say that, but we
don't need to say that. Everybody said, like, you know what I mean?
Oh, we didn't need to say
everybody's
that?
pretty on the show. I'm just bored with it. Like, the whole thing of everybody that comes up and everybody's the hottest bombshell that everybody's ever seen. We're bored with it. Everybody on the show is good looking.
If you let me finish my sentence,
no,
this
wasn't really.
I think he good looking, but I didn't think it was a bombshell. Like, maybe it was a bombshell because he was on the last season or whatever. But I mean,
nobody has been a bombshell to me recently.
But to me, it's almost like y'all got a Rolodex. Y'all keep. It ain't no new 20-somethings outside there want to kiss people in the mouth.
Why is there no new blood?
Have y'all seen TikTok?
Yeah,
get up on it.
I just don't understand why there isn't some new blood being infused into the villa. If you guys really want to like stir stuff up, bringing back old people is corny to me.
I think it's kind of corny as well. I put them in the rotation of a different show, like.
But also bring somebody in with a different aesthetic. Everybody
also,
don't got to look like a beach boy.
That,
you know what I mean? Where's the fat guys at? You know what I mean? Because they're funny.
That ain't the kind of love on this island that we want. Okay.
But listen.
We ain't trying to survive. Listen, we're not trying.
I want to mix it up. You know what I mean?
No,
bring some. You know,
this ain't
some
Love
more
Is Blind.
some more of the curvaceous. That's a bombshell to me. You know what I'm saying? You throw in a heavy set guy with some swag, or a curvaceous girl that's got more around the way vibes than IG model vibes. You know what I mean? Like you know what I mean?
I feel what you're saying.
Up, you know what I mean?
But this ain't Black Planet.
But
I feel what you're saying.
I am bored with the same aesthetic. Everybody look the same.
I mean,
everybody got a BBL.
Blondes,
everybody is super tan, or you know what I mean?
Agree.
I just think mix it up. We don't have to go completely left, but there's different personalities, different body types, different, you know what I mean? And I just think that would be a bombshell to me. You know what I mean? Throwing in a big, you know, a burly mug from the South who he don't got a 6-pack ab, but he can lift a Ford truck with his right arm. You know what I mean?
Will also be a bombshell to me. These people do not have enough interaction or enough time to interact with the people that was in like Casa or in these other spaces. Start just for Cycle the Mother Jumpers. Koye, there's no reason why after a few episodes y'all didn't just push Koye in here as a bombshell. Like, you know what I mean? Let's see what happened.
Yeah.
He wasn't not liked.
Right.
People liked him. Now he got humbled. So now that you've been humbled, how you gonna act now?
Yeah.
Because I think that would be interesting to see. I would have loved to see Koye get thrown back in the mix during Casa when Serena is like, "Oh, we ain't closed off yet," and I would have loved to see that. And Janae is with Kenny. That would have been good Mother Jumper TV.
That's a bombshell to me.
But I'm a producer, Hockey. Have you been?
What you get when I'm saying?
getting real good at this show. I'm gonna have to really.
I just don't understand why they don't, because to me they seem like layups. So I just don't understand why.
Right. Like, is nobody thinking about it?
Like,
that's right, babe. It seems like a layup. And it's like not because you want there not to be winners at the end, but more because everybody's saying they like someone, they crying when people leave and this and that. Don't bring Liv back.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Well, not Liv, but somebody,
well,
you know
Liv,
what I mean.
but that's what I mean. You know what I mean?
Her.
Like bring back the rotation of people. Like if that's a bombshell, because Rob was even like, I'm feeling you, whatever the case may be, but he wasn't feeling the other joint. Bring
the Daniela back. Bring Rob's girl back.
That's what I'm saying.
That's a bombshell to me. While he's paired up, you know what I mean? Because I see what y'all trying to do. I want anarchy too. I want some chaos too.
Come on, the way that take notes. Write this down.
The way that they're going about it is so anticlimactic.
And that's what,
you brought in
we
this
don't
dude who we have no allegiance to. We don't know these people. They don't know these people. So it's not even as dramatic as y'all think it is, because especially at the point where all of them are coupled up, they're looking at this like, we just can't wait for this person to leave. Literally. They're not, you know what I mean? But it gets juicy if that was their match 3 weeks ago and they was pissed that they left. And so now they back and they match with some, you know what I mean? Like, switch it up.
But the whole situation with Robert, moving on, but to move on, because this was a hard transition that I think about it. But the whole situation with Robert and Daniela bothers me so deeply, because Daniela went on a date with Harrison where she kind of alluded to the fact that she was closed off, and the next day Robert dumped her.
Rob was never in it, but Daniela...
Daniela was trying not to look like, and I'm going to say this, and I don't want y'all to take my language to be rude. I'm just saying it. No, I can say it correctly. Daniela did not want to come off as promiscuous. She had already messed with Aaron and then went to Robert. So now everybody looking at her
and
like...
She didn't go to Robert. We got to make a distinction here. Aaron passed her to Rob.
That's
like,
my...
literally set it up.
And that makes
like,
it worse.
I'm throwing you a oop. So...
That makes it worse.
And then... So Rob was never going for Daniela.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that whole thing was just bound to drown from the end to me. From the beginning to me, because I just already saw that Rob wasn't interested. You know what I mean?
Right.
He just kind of was like, he also was playing the game and it was elimination or something coming up. He had to get paired up. You know what I mean? So he was like, all right, I'll take her. You know what I mean? It was a mutual situation.
Yeah. And I felt like if she would have just if she would have been presented her best self with Harrison, she might have had a different outcome.
I think so too.
You know what I mean? Like, because I think Serena was almost like, and I not Serena, what's her name? Sierra? Mm-hmm. And I think with all due respect, I just think she was an easy choice.
She was low-hanging fruit.
That's it, low-hanging fruit.
And she was just here for the vibes as well. She was also just playing the game and trying to survive. She squeaked in at the last minute before a vote and literally just laid in homeboy's bed. Like, she just went to go get him. You know what I mean? Like, oh, it's a vote tomorrow? I'm in your face now, and let's do yoga together. Like, you know what I mean? So she was clearly playing the game, and so it was interchangeable to me. Her and Daniela was on their way out eventually, because at this point, which I'm learning at this point, if you really are not tied down, you're going home. And I think that's what we saw with Aaron and Kaylor when they missed the vote. But even the team was like, we're not voting off a real couple. You know what I
mean? Right. Exactly.
Again,
but also the reason why recycling some of the people who were on Love Island, who maybe in real time got good response, is good, because now they also have a foundation with the audience. So you really could shake something up when it comes to the voting aspect. Right. Because people already have an opinion on this person. Neil, the young lady that just came in, I do not know her name. I'm just going to call her Leah 2.0 because I cannot remember it. She came in. I have no allegiance to this young woman. Zero. So I do not care who she's paired with. That couple immediately is the last couple. Yeah. I almost say Aaron and Kaylor are the last couple, because Robert and anybody, to me, is just not coupled.
Excuse me, quite literally, like Robert
and anyone
is just here for the vibes at this point, and so he should be he should be a shoe-in for the bottom whenever there's a vote.
I completely agree. So I want to talk about shift gears to the what is the challenge where everybody starts dancing, or the heart rate challenge?
Yes, which I don't understand that challenge, because how were we monitoring these heart rates? Nobody was tied up to anything. Nobody had a patch on. No, there was no technology on the set. Like, how do we know whose heart monitor went? You know, whose heart rate jumped and whose heart rate didn't jump?
Everybody bust down. Let me know what you think, or if maybe we missed something with the heart rate challenge and how they hook it up. Like, if you guys are a Love Island OG, let us know, because I felt the same thing. Because to me, Janae won. But I can't believe they would give it to Kaylor for no reason. You know what I mean? Because nobody likes her. And that's just the truth. I honestly don't believe they would give it to her for no reason.
She's wearing us out with the tears, and she's wearing them out with the tears,
Oh, my God. When they said she was the biggest complainer. First of all, I want to go back, because I like the egg on her face situation. when they did the couple, the rating of the couples. Okay, wait a minute. Let's step back. Who did you think was the best on the challenge?
I thought they were all pretty lame, to be honest. You know
Joe,
what I mean?
it's so annoying, y'all.
I did, if I'm being honest.
Why? Why did you think it was?
Well, I just thought the whole thing with the costume and the fake sexy Joan, like half of them look nervous. You know what I mean? That's not sexy. You ever been to a strip club and the Joan is twerking on you, but she's shaking? Me neither. It's like, it's weird. You know, I could never do it. Like, you know what I mean? I don't want to be around a nervous stripper because now, is this legal? Like, what are we doing here? You know what I mean? So half of them look nervous and uncomfortable and really disingenuous and fake. And then weird stuff was going on. Like the one Joan kissed
Cordell.
Why would you do that? This is somebody, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's
but
just,
she wasn't there long.
And then everybody is doing the same moves. Oh, let me take my man and throw him on the floor right in front of the fire pit. Everybody did the move. So now it's not hot or new or sex. Have an original thought. Like, I was bored with the whole, like, let's twerk on each other thing. I was just super bored with it. Because also, as a person who lives in the real world, it's never exciting for me to see my woman twerk on another man. I would never be like, oh shit. Like, it would never happen. I would be like, what are you doing? Get up. Like, what?
No,
like
you would not be like, what are you doing? Get up. You might break sugar glass across my baby Terry.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it would definitely be way more escalated than that. But my first reaction,
I can't even laugh. If a man tell me a joke and Joe see me from across the room laughing, he's like,
well, my first reaction would not be like to pipe it up and act like I'm having a good time as well. You know what I mean? Which I don't think they were too. So that felt disingenuous to me. It felt like everybody was trying to work together to produce good television.
oh yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
Especially some of these couples who are been coupled up for a long, you know what I mean?
Yeah, for
like,
sure.
They don't want to see another motherfucker twerking on they, you know what I mean?
For
So
sure.
I just didn't love the segment. What is the, not only that, but I'm a logistical guy. So I'm like, how are we doing this? How are we monitoring these heart rates? Who's the judge of this? How do we know what's happening and how it's happening and who's it in response to and all of these things? Like, is this production in the back? Like, let's say that this person made this person's heart rate go up.
Yeah. Because you're not going to get me to believe that Kenny's heart rate went up more with Kaylor than it did with Janae.
Said who?
But said who?
Well, how do we get
that.
these calculations? So I get lost in the weeds with stuff like that. Like, y'all have to make it clear.
But I thought Janae won. And it's not because I think she's the cutest little thing, but I think she's the cutest little thing. So it worked for me. So there's that. The other thing I wanted to talk about, they did like the couples question thing. Did that come before or after they did the countdown? Oh, it was before. It was after. It was after. So they rated the couples, and Janae and Kenny were safe. Leah and Miguel, Cordell and Serena, Kendall and Nicole. These four are safe. Who's left over is Harrison and Sierra,
Daniela and Rob,
and Kaylor and Aaron. And they had to be saved by the people in the Mimi Tatum group, okay? And let me say this. Thank you, America, for humbling Kaylor. But what I do not like, and this is what I wanted to talk about, this has been on my mind all night. Kaylor thought, and I don't care what y'all say, that her white tears, she is so embedded in her whiteness, and I mean this with all due respect. I don't think this is a negative thing. This is just a thing, okay? That she thought if she went on TV and cried and whined and I'm more genuine than everyone else. And it's like, you're not. We clocked it and we're bored. You know what I mean? And I think America was like, Aaron is a terrible human who, I don't even think he's terrible.
I don't think he is either.
As much as I think he is not who he say. I don't think we know Aaron. He cries when the boys leave. The excitement that he had that Robert was saved.
I think that Kaylor is wearing people out, and
she wore me out.
And I think that I'm almost.
And I'm so tired of white women crying. It's not even funny.
Tired, but I'm almost upset that she got humbled because it's just going to solicit more tears. she immediately after was like, I just feel a type of way because I'm in the bottom and that doesn't feel good. And now I'm worried and now I'm second guessing. And it's just like the vote is over. It was a vote. Like you got saved. You was never going home. You were never going home.
You were never going home.
So it's just like.
It was quite literally to humble you. It was basically production say, don't you let another tear drop.
People are tired of, yeah.
Basically
People
what
have to be
happened.
tired of watching you cry.
It's
Over
not
everything.
fun.
It's not.
And this is supposed to be light and fun and a
I'ma
good time.
Honest, the whole voice and everything doesn't.
Oh, it's so.
It just sounds like nails on a chalkboard.
But I genuinely believe in her life that has worked for her.
Oh, I'm sure.
I genuinely believe that. So then she brought it here thinking, everybody's going to love me anyway and see how great of a person I am and how I love hard. And then, like, girl, don't you let another tear drop. Kaylor bothers me so bad. I almost wish when they were going to potentially be voted off, there was a drop floor and somebody just pulled the lever and it fall through. Because she irks me that bad. Aaron don't even irk me. The problem is that in this relationship, Aaron is the villain. But nobody understands that because Kaylor is insufferable.
Yeah, because I don't blame Aaron for nothing. Kaylor wears me out.
She wears me thin. Now everything is like, I just love him and we love each other and I love her and that's my boyfriend and that's my girlfriend. And the truth is they were so jealous when Janae and Kenny closed things off and came back and everybody was hype. And nobody was really that hype for them.
Yeah.
You're not going to get me to believe it wasn't a little green eye.
It did feel a little awkward because they were like, they had just announced that they, were doing a boyfriend and girlfriend thing. And then Janae and Kenny come back and they're celebrating them and they're like up top kind of looking like, oh, this was supposed to be our moment. And this is like, we're bored with your moments. Y'all have had all the moments.
All the moments.
So
it's really exhausting. It's really corny. It's like, girl, get up. And when they said who was the most annoying Islander, and Janae said Kaylor, and then Kenny said that got a little shady though.
But it because the truth of the matter is that's really what is kind of being mulled over in all of these fake tears where somebody leaves and everybody cries because we're girlfriends for life and blah, 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 blah. Like, it's a lot of shadiness that's really going on. The biggest elephant in the room is Janae and Serena really don't mess with each other like that. And if y'all pay attention to when people answer questions, you'll notice it.
Yeah, because both Cordell and Kenny Cordell said Janae when they were talking about what the most annoying.
Yes, and Kenny said Serena.
And Kenny said Serena about the one who complains the most, which is
it's I don't need the rundown or the tea on what's happening with what girl and whose relationship because I have my wife, right? So I want to know her opinion about this girl and that girl and that girl, right? Most of the time before I even form an opinion, right?
Oh, I'm going to tell him my opinion before he even form an opinion.
So it's very telling if y'all pay attention what their men said about the other person.
Yeah. Because that means that you were chatting about it. That's what that means. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that means something was said.
Yeah.
Something was for sure said.
But everybody is girlfriends for life. You let them tell it. I'll die for you, girl.
But I do believe friends get on friends' nerves. So it's not like, but it just...
Friends get on friends' nerves. Friendlies who were never friends,
that's different.
Is a very different thing. Yeah. We have to stop comparing this to the real traditional idea of friendship.
Yeah.
Right?
Different.
These people are coworkers. These people are roommates. They've known each other for a certain amount of weeks.
Not coworkers.
They literally are. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They have known each other for a certain amount of weeks. They are not friends. They are friendly.
Yeah,
now,
that's a good point.
There is still room for them to become friends one day. When they leave here, if you still see them outside together, You can call them friends. Months and months. We see some cast members from Married at First Sight from seasons ago that still hang out with each other, that still go places, that still when they are not contractually obligated to be, right? Real friends are friends when you graduate from high school, because when you are in high school, you are contractually obligated to be there, right?
Yeah.
So your real friends show up when you do not see each other every day, when you're not forced to be in the same four walls every day, where you're not forced to do this, eat lunch together, eat dinner together, go to bed, wake up, all of these things, right? And so I think that we have to be clear when we call these people friends.
I feel you, but my feeling is about sometimes a shared experience like school or something that requires you to be with someone sequestered is
prison. And it's prison. And
but people in prison make friends.
And the truth of the matter is, you only know if you're really friends if your relationship transcends that moment in time. You were not really friends.
That's very true.
If y'all leave and you never talk to each other again, y'all wasn't really friends.
That's very true as well. And I think there is something to that. But I think in the moment while they're on the island, for those questions to come up and people to do the Janae, that was very weird. That was very weird. Didn't love that. I did not love that. But in the end, Kaylor and Aaron ended up winning. And they were able to, which this made me feel kind of sad, call their families. Like,
prison.
Y'all ain't been talking to y'all people?
They were competing for their phone call?
Or like, busting on y'all. Tell us, because we're not OG Love Islanders. I've only watched the two seasons. The last 2 seasons. So like, do they not talk to their family? Like,
no, I mean, I think that they're completely sequestered. They don't have cell phones. They don't have access to computers and stuff like that. Like, the phones that they have are the phones that the show gives them with their name on it. And that's so they can get a text. So I think they are legitimately sequestered, which is why they were fighting for their lives to even have contact with the outside world. But I think that this is what I mean when I say prison. Like, you know what I mean? A lot of this is really trauma bonding. Like, low key, you know what I mean? It's the same principle, you know what I mean?
Which is also why Kaylor and Aaron, we do not believe y'all are in love.
I believe they like each other.
No.
For sure.
I think it's hard not to like people. I don't think you're in love. If you've ever been on an island with a group of people, if you've ever been on an island, I saw Gilligan's Island. You know what I mean? He ended up getting his little thing off too. So for me, it's like, of course, people are going to like each other on an island where there's nobody else.
Literally. Yes.
The moment another person was introduced, he was like, all right, girl, have a good day. So like, for me, I'm not buying that y'all love each other. Like, I'm not buying it at all. I'm not buying buy one, get one free, not near, not a nothing. Okay?
It's prison love to me. I love you in here right now.
Yeah, like, I don't think, but even Kenny said something kind of like that. Like, I want us to be closed off in here. He specifically said,
don't get it messed up. When we get outside, I do not know you.
And but I like Kenny and Janae. I like the way they look.
That's the truth of the matter of this whole situation, is that this is a in here right now situation. You know what I mean? And for you to actually call it a relationship would depend on what happens when you leave here. Y'all don't really have a relationship. You know what I mean? Yeah. Y'all not really friends. Y'all not really girlfriend and boyfriend. You know what I mean?
You're just, some people are. Like, we've seen, the thing is, I have seen people leave Love Island and continue to be together.
I'm saying that is the point where you can call it a relationship.
Okay.
I'm not saying it hasn't happened.
Yeah,
I'm saying you can't make a judgment on where your relationship is while you're still in prison. Because this doesn't count. This is school. They were literally fighting for their phone call.
But I did appreciate that they gave Serena a phone call. I'm not going to lie. She said that her mom was getting surgery, so I hope mama is okay. I really did appreciate that they did that. So they gave it to Kaylor and Serena. I don't know. I really liked it. I thought that was very nice of Kaylor and Aaron. They redeemed themselves for me every episode. When I say the things I say about Kaylor, it is not from a space of hate. I like Kaylor.
I do too.
I like her.
Listen, the truth of the matter is, y'all hear us talk and y'all don't understand that Somebody gonna say in the comments, well, who do y'all like? I said, we are very clear about the people that we do like. I told y'all I like Kendall. I told y'all I like I like Aaron. I don't have a problem with Aaron. I like Aaron. I don't have a problem with Kaylor. You know what I'm saying?
I like Kaylor.
She just does things.
She's over the top.
She does things that are annoying.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So we want to be clear about that because there are people on the show that we are absolutely fond of, but we talking on a video for 60 minutes. So we have to get into the minutia and the details of the ins and outs of this whole thing.
We don't like.
Of course. Like, what do you mean?
Yeah. So I don't know. I thought this was a good couple episodes. If I had to say my top couple, that comes Thursday, I hope is going to be either Janae and Kenny or Cordell and Serena.
Literally the complete opposite for me. Both of them are at the bottom. To me, the top couple is Kendall and Nicole because of Kendall. Kendall is carrying the show on his back. You know what I'm saying?
Joe, get off my line.
We need Kendall to stay on the show.
Joe, please.
I'm
not saying he shouldn't stay on the show.
But he can only stay on the show if he's coupled with Nicole.
No, I'm saying that what they're going to do is rank the couples. So, I mean, you get to vote for your couple like they just had to vote or whatever the case may be. And they're going to let us know the results on Thursday. Tomorrow. Well, I don't know when we'll probably put this out tomorrow. So Thursday. And I kind of feel like Kendall and Nicole is going to be fine because he is the host. They're not going to get rid of the host. So if I'm not talking about, he's in my third spot. But to me, the best couple, the people that I want to win.
Until you do right by me, I'm never rooting for Serena to do anything.
I don't like that, babe.
That sounds blasphemous to me.
We might have missed some things. Bust down if we did, and maybe we come back and chat about it. I'm your girl, Zar Eleanor. This is my beautiful husband, Joseph. And we'll see you beautiful mother, Joseph, later.
Peace.
Bye.